Hi everyone, it's Jeff here from Avada. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at how to use the Avada Pricing Table Element. The Pricing Table Element had a major overhaul with Avada 7.16, with a restructure and a huge range of new options to allow you to create fully customized pricing tables just like this for displaying services or products. By the end of this video, you'll understand how you can create and configure great looking pricing tables on your Avada website. If you find this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and click the bell icon to stay up to date with all new Avada videos. Alright, let's jump in. I've imported the gym pre-built here, and on the membership page, I'm going to create completely new pricing tables for the gym membership. So I'll start by adding the element. This element has a parent and child structure, so the children tab is where you add the individual pricing tables. There is also a general tab where you configure the element, a design tab for styling the element as a whole, and an extras tab where you can add conditional rendering to the element. If we come back to the children tab, you can see there are two pricing columns added to the element by default. On this tab, you can add, clone, or delete individual pricing columns. If we edit one of the pricing tables, you can also see that individual pricing tables have a general tab to control their settings, as well as a design tab if you want to override any of the parent design tab color options for that specific table. So let's come back to the Children tab and add the pricing row data. For this example, I'm going to have 3 membership levels. You can either click on Add Pricing Column to add a default one, or you can of course just clone an item if you've already worked on one and just want to duplicate that. Okay, so now we have the 3 items. Let's look at the Child General tab to see what we can do here. So the first option is Standout. If I set this to yes, we can see that the first column now matches the third, with a bigger header and CTA area, which elongates the item above and below the others. Usually you will only have one pricing table set to standout, but you can have multiple. For my example, this first one won't be a standout column, so I will turn this off. But before I do, let's just look at the next 2 options as they are dependent on the standout option being set to yes. They are standout expansion and standout text scale. With the standout expansion option, as the description explains, this allows you to set how far the standout column expands beyond the other columns at the top and bottom. The heading and CTA area paddings grow to fill the added height. You can enter any valid CSS unit here. The standout text scale allows you to proportionally scale the text of the standout column to emphasize it, covering the heading area, price, badge, and feature rows. So if I add 20 pixels in the first option and scale the text to 1.2, we get a more dominant standout column. Instead, for this example, I'm just going to turn that standout option off. This brings us to the highlight badge text. This appears above the title. I'll just add cheapest here. Column title is the next option, and I'm going to call this one basic. There are also options for a column subtitle and a column description. I think here I will add a subtitle and leave the description empty. The next option is text above price. As the description notes, this is an optional text displayed above the price. For example, the regular price during a sale. Optional strikeout and styling can be set on the parent element. Okay, then there's a currency symbol option and a currency position option, as well as the price and time period options. You can even add some text below the price. All very straightforward. For my example, the defaults are pretty good. I'll just change the price to 30. Then comes the feature rows. There's 2 here by default, so I'll just overwrite them and add a few more here. Just note that as the description explains, you can start a row with a hyphen followed by a space to mark the feature as excluded, optionally displaying it with either an excluded icon or strike through or both. These are set on the Design tab. Okay, finally is the CTA content. You can add whatever you want in here, including elements using the Avada Builder element generator. I'll just quickly add and configure a button. Okay, so here's my first column. To save some time, I'll just add content to the next 2. Alright, so there's my pricing table using all default styling values. All I've done so far is add content, and that's actually pretty good, but clearly there is so much more you can do. Let's head back to the Parent General tab and see how we can configure the pricing table as a whole. The first option is type. Gone are the 2 styles this element used to have, as now you have full control over the styling of every aspect of them. So in effect, you can create as many styles as you want. With types, there are now 2, connected pricing tables or separated. For my example, I'm going to leave this on connected, but if you choose separated, you also get a gap option. Number of columns is the next option, and here it's on 0. As the description explains, leave this on 0 to fit all pricing columns into a single row, up to a maximum of 6. Or if you have quite a few pricing tables, with this you can control how many are displayed in one row. Here I'm happy with the default. Column maximum width comes after this with either type, and this allows you to set a maximum width for each pricing column. You can leave this empty for the columns to share the full available width. After this comes options for the column's horizontal alignment and the column vertical alignment. The horizontal alignment is only going to be useful if you've added a column max width in the option above. So if I just add 300 pixels there, we can see how I can use this option to control their alignment across the row. The column vertical alignment allows you to choose how columns of unequal height align vertically. By default, they are aligned vertically to the top, but you can also align them to the center, the bottom, or you can select the stretch option. As the description notes, stretch makes all pricing columns equally tall and aligns the heading, price, features and footer areas across columns. At this point, I'll just leave it aligned to the top. With the next option, you can choose a heading HTML tag, and I think I'll set these to be H2s. If you have separated as your pricing table type, you will also see an option under this to preserve column gap on standout. As the description says, when enabled, a standout column that expands outward keeps the defined column gap to the columns beside it, instead of overlapping into them. Applies to the separated layout while all columns sit in a single row. I'm sticking to a connected type here, so that's not going to be relevant for my example. Okay, so then there is a margin option for the element as a whole, the visibility option for hiding the element on various screen sizes, and the CSS class and CSS ID options for custom CSS. Okay, so other than that, we have the parent level design tab, the extras tab, and the individual pricing tables design tabs. The extras tab just allows you to add conditional rendering, which can be very useful but not very common. So then all that's really left is to style the element as a whole. Now there are some global options available for the element at Global Options, Avada Builder Elements, Pricing Table, but there's a whole lot more on the parent level design tab. I won't go over the options on the design tab, as there are literally 60 of them and we'd be here all day, but you have control over virtually every aspect of the pricing tables. If you can imagine it, you can do it. As I said, this is the default styling we are seeing here, and I think that's working really well, but the choices here are absolutely enormous. And as I mentioned, there's also the design tab on each pricing table. With this you can style the columns individually, overriding the element colors with individual colors, for example to make just one pricing table a little bit different or even completely different. I'll just make a few final adjustments to this element to finish it off. Okay, so that's my finished pricing table. I have set the column vertical alignment to center, made both the second and third columns to be standouts, with standout expansion on both, just slightly more on the last one, as well as overriding the heading colors there as well. You'll find you can truly create anything you want here. And that's it for this video. If you found it helpful, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more Avada tutorials and deep dives. And if you have any questions or need help, feel free to create a support ticket. Our team is always ready to help. As always, thank you for choosing Avada.